run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. I overcame all the odds. I ain't been playing it safe, nah. I was just giving my all. I'm taking it there. Hop in the Wraith and we lay in the stars. I made it happen to boss, yeah. I was just playing my cards. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. I'm taking it there. It's gonna be a riot, doubt me it's quiet. I got the can of gas, I'm about to ignite. I am driven, I won't ever get tired, cause I've been left behind, I have to get right. Waiting on the sign, now I just wait on myself. Got nothing weighing on the mind. One thing I learned after all this time, that mountain you carry meant for you to climb. All this time, I'm on the grind. Oh, I'm shining, nothing can stop me. All these years, blood, sweat, and tears, but I'm still here. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me.
You see, it's two type of people in life. It's people that wake up and wish they had it. And it's people that wake up and go get it. We go get it, baby. Let's go. Photo pour so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo pour so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Top floor, top dog, like
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Allen going to go to the air right away. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. Finding space at the 40. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. So the shotgun snap to Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. The Vikings at 6-2 to start play, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6. And it was the Vikings who won that one on the road, so they'll look for the sweep here in Minneapolis.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And room there to work it inside the 25. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On 2nd and 7.
Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. Fields to Kmet there for a Chicago first.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds.
Down the right sideline. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
So often on these RPOs, we see the ball get from the quarterback to the receiver in what feels like a nanosecond. But on this play, he actually cleared coverage downfield a bit before the ball got to him. The net result, though, a considerable gain.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on second down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
On second and goal, Allen looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cook. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And this brings up a third and goal.
Third down, here's a run by Cook.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They'll run for it. Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dalvin Cook
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So that, Charles, a big decision there on 4th and goal, and it works out.
And that is an example of a coach who's confident in his team. He didn't look at it as a gamble at all. He looked at it as belief. Great starting field position. Let's go ahead and deliver. And they do.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And it's now 14-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
7 yards there and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
To throw is Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
From the 50, here's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here's Fields.
Flushed out right.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. Remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had 1 pick. Could have been his 2nd, but instead it's 4th down. They snap it to Fields.
Looking downfield for Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Allen off the bootleg.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
The running there is Cook, but no lane to be found as they'll stop him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
On second down, here's Nwangu.
And some room to work.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot, maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that, and oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half.
Velus Jones now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game. Well, the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Forced out to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Back to throw, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Zadarius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now he'll let it go deep right side.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and a yard.
Now a give running right. It's Cook.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 65 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Room here to run. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook,
his third touchdown of the game, 10th on the year.
And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Another run now for Nwangu.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Now this throw caught left side, and they work this well upfield across the 45.
On first down, it's Fields.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his third touchdown now on the year.
And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And he's got it as the score is now 31-7. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this fourth quarter.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Nwangu. Taken down at the 42.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
On the return is Jones. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Again, Fields. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. 42 yards. And the Bears are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Fields trying to throw for it. That's caught. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Justin Jones there on the stop. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go